Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another video from your favorite man-child, Super Jesus Jackson. Okay, we gotta change things up a little bit. I don't know if I've ever talked about video games on this channel. I think, oh yeah, I did once. Yes, I did. I did the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition soundtrack comparison, sort of ranking. That was really fun. But here is another exception to that no video game talk rule. Now, granted, I never really had that rule. It was just a thing where, like, I talk mainly about music and film. But I should talk about games because I care about art, and art is video games. That debate is not a thing, okay? If you don't think video games are art, that's just wrong. Like, that's just objectively wrong. They are. Okay, they definitely are. Especially when video games nowadays have sometimes bigger budgets than full-blown movies, and they make more money than full-blown movies sometimes. So do not underestimate the power of video games. Now, granted, video games are in their infancy, I guess. We live in a day and age now where things happen very quickly. We look at movies, we look at music, how long it's taken for those things to mature and to find their place in the world, solidly, right? But anyways, video games will always have a special place in my heart, and I will always advocate for them as art. But when it comes to this video, Resident Evil 4 here, the remake from Capcom, was announced in the State of Play that Sony just had. It's the remake of it from the original 2005 Resident Evil 4 classic. I consider that game to be my favorite game of all time. I think it is the greatest game of all time. It has just influenced what we see games as today. Obviously games like Pac-Man and Super Mario Brothers are legendary games, iconic games that very much deserve a spot in the greatest games of all time list. But I think Resident Evil 4 had the perfect balance of everything. It had the perfect seriousness of story, and it had the perfect campiness of what video game stories can have as well, because at the end of the day, it is a video game. And it's also fun to play, and it's tense, and that's the thing about Resident Evil 2 is, a lot of people, they love Resident Evil 4, but they do say that it is, while it did save the franchise at the time when it came out, it also doomed it because it introduced action elements to it, and then Resident Evil 5 and 6 obviously were much more action-oriented. When the game's called Resident Evil, right, and from Resident Evil 2, and the first Resident Evil, you're like, fuck, where's the horror? Where is the terror? Resident Evil 4 is scary as fuck. I don't know what the hell you're on if you don't think Resident Evil 4 is scary. Like, I find it pretty terrifying. In fact, no, I don't find it pretty terrifying. I find it terrifying. Yes, it had tank controls at the time. Honestly, I still love those controls. In fact, when I play games like Resident Evil 5 or Resident Evil 6, I prefer using the Resident Evil 4 button layout. I really do. I think it's a fine system. I actually don't think it's that bad. Once Resident Evil 2 Remake came out, that was an amazing game. I love that game. I absolutely loved it. And that was a perfect mix of action and horror at the same time. A little bit more horror than, Resident Evil 4. When I look at Resident Evil 2 Remake, that it very much tells us, what Resident Evil 4 kind of will be like. And the thing about Resident Evil is that it's not necessarily scary. It is the atmosphere, it's the ambience, it's the tension that the game provides from its controls, its clunky controls, and the environment, the weird camera angle. And the game constricts you. It makes you feel claustrophobic, and it adds to the atmosphere of the game, and it adds to the horror element. Now, granted, there's plenty of fucking terrifying things in Resident Evil 4, honestly. It's only till the very end where it gets actiony. But it makes sense. It has a nice evolution, and the fucking castle segments in that game are fucking incredible. Terrifying as hell. Every time I go through it, I hate it. It's awful. But no, Resident Evil 4, greatest game of all time, and obviously, it's just its influence, again, like I said, it's old enough to be a classic, while at the same time setting the groundwork for modern third-person action-adventure video games. And those, to me, are personally the best video games, I think, because I believe they deliver the most artistic merit. It's the best package, the best possible package. You get gameplay and story and music. You get everything. You know, it's like pop music for video games. But again, of course, that is all my opinion here. So, you know, feel free to comment down below and tell me how much I am wrong. But again, Resident Evil 4 Remake was announced. I was very skeptical at first for this remake. We did know about this remake, so it wasn't a huge surprise, but it was really cool that we saw it. I initially was very skeptical of it. I was like, why the fuck are you remaking Resident Evil 4? Like, it doesn't need to be remade. It came out in 2005. Like, you know, it's not even 20 years old yet. But, you know, they wanted to do it, you know, it made sense. They remade Resident Evil 2, they remade Resident Evil 3, and now Resident Evil 4. I was skeptical of it, but when I saw this trailer, I was kind of sold. I will not lie. I'm excited for this game. I really am. And it gave me chills, and it gave me this feeling of, I felt like a kid again in a way, you know, like, like, I did. I got some chills. I really did. It was very subtle chills, but enough chills to get me invested. I'm not going to say that it's going to be bad or that it's good or whatever. You know, I'm excited because Resident Evil 4 means a lot to me. It's my favorite game of all time, like I said, and I think it is the greatest game of all time. So something like a Resident Evil 4 remake is almost blasphemy to me, but, you know, I will admit, you know, when I go back to Resident Evil 4 now, like, it's tough for me to want to beat it again. Like, I really want to, but at the same time, when I start playing it, like, I'm like, I already fucking know this. Like, I know that game like the back of my hand, so, you know, I think it's part of that, too, where it's like, I just fucking know this game so much. I've beaten it so many times. Look, we're just gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna stop it from here and there, so this is not a reaction because I've seen this shit already. It would be inauthentic for me to react to it. I do consider myself pretty knowledgeable on the game. Story-wise, I'm not the best. The game, when I just think of Resident Evil 4 as the game, like, by itself, like, I'm very knowledgeable, but, you know, the whole Resident Evil lore or whatever, fuck that, I'm out. You know, but, actually, before we watch it, we're gonna read a little bit of the blog post, the PlayStation blog post. I will look at it and I'll point out some things that are interesting that might help me kind of analyze the trailer better, have some more context. Resident Evil 4 is a remake of the 2005 game Resident Evil 4. That's funny. The game is being developed to achieve state-of-the-art quality for a survival horror suitable for 2023, while preserving the essence of the original game. We aim to make the game feel familiar to fans of the series, while also providing a fresh feeling to it. This is being done by reimagining the storyline of the game, while keeping the essence of its direction, modernizing the graphics, and updating the controls to a modern standard. That's fine. I mean, I get it. Things change, you know, I totally get it. You know, it'd be kind of stupid if they still maintained the original control scheme, although I would love it. I really would not mind that at all, because I love it. But keeping the essence, that's what I care about, keeping the essence. Resident Evil 4 is the latest survival horror game where life and death intersect with terror and catharsis. This is a very important note because, look, it's a survival horror game. Good, right? Awesome. Life and death intersect with terror and catharsis. Terror, that's great. Catharsis, the process of releasing and thereby providing relief from strong or repressed emotions. That's amazing. Okay, and when we watch the trailer, I'll point it out a little bit. But anyways, here we go. Enough fucking tickety-talking. I might make a single video, another video where I talk about why Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game of all time. 3, 2, 1, go. They started with this shit, which is like ballsy as fuck. I love it. Oh. For those of you who don't know fucking Resident Evil 4, you're like, the fuck is that? No, you know. I love that they started with the Spanish music. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Incredible. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. We saw Leon with the president there. I'm interested to see if you're going to play a little bit of that. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the game will start with you fucking having this meeting with the president and like you fucking like witness his reaction to his fucking daughter being abducted. That'd be really interesting. But I don't know. I highly doubt it. They're probably going to start just like the way the game started originally. So I don't know. That looks like Ada. But it could also be Ashley, but I don't know. Red outfit, kind of cut hair a little bit, a short hair. So looks like Ada. As we notice, the fucking look of the whole fucking thing is super dark, very, very dark blue, which is interesting. I associate Resident Evil 4 with dark blue a lot more than I do with red, which is weird that they went with a red 4. I think that was like bad. I think they should have gone with blue, but whatever. But the game is very much dark blue, which is great. Oh yeah, that's Ada. Okay, this shot right here, I will say, I don't like how bulky Leon looks. I really don't. I understand it's realistic. He's wearing this giant bulky kind of leather jacket. Like, I get it, you know, and he's a cop and like, you know, he's fucking muscular, like, or whatever. But like, I liked the fucking Slim Leon, the original Slim Leon. I think he fucking looked attractive as shit, and his fucking outfit and shit. He was fucking lean, but at the same time, fucking, you know, he's a man. This is just a little bit too... He looks like a fucking Dead Space 2 character. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he fucking looks like. It's just a little bit too much. But who knows? Maybe he'll look better. This game will release fucking next year in March, which is... I don't know, a little too early to announce this game. I would have liked to wait 6 months for it instead of this long. Although it's not a full-on year, but still. I just wish game companies stopped fucking announcing their games, like, fucking a year before it comes out. Like, just fucking stop. Like, no. I know that's like basically like the bare minimum at this point. Like, that is acceptable for us as gamers now. And I'm just like, no, why is that acceptable? Like, no, fucking announce your shit maybe 6 months. That's the cap, okay? Anyways, this house, it looks like it's the first house that we find. It looks like this is the house that we come into. It's super fucking dark. It'll take place at night. You know what's interesting is that I remember there was a report that said that the village, the chainsaw fighting, you know, sequence in the game, the very first one, basically, it would be at night. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, because there's the stills that we see of the village are in the day, but maybe they're trying not to give it away. But the game starts at night, clearly. So, you know, that's fine. That's a good choice. I'm fine with that. I don't mind that.
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
We got Luis. Okay, everyone. I love it. I love Luis. And you know what? I have a feeling that we're going to get a longer kind of interaction with him. I think he's going to be in this game much longer than he was in the original one. It was really sad how quickly, like, they just disposed of him. I just wish we had more interaction with him. I don't want to say, you know, I want to fucking double team the game with him, but like, I liked Lewis a lot, you know, give him some more airtime. It was really cool. He had access to the virus, you know, the thing that turned you into a ganado, basically, which is this game's version of a zombie. He was a really cool character, and it seemed that he has, you know, a relationship with Sadler. So maybe we'll see that a little bit more in this game. Ooh, that's nasty. Oh my god, that's creepy as fuck, dude. I love it. I love it. They're making everything look creepier. I love it. Ada, oh my god, the big sheep. Oh my god.
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
Oh, Jesus.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
Wow. Oh god, okay. Yeah, look, Lord Sadler's voice is a little bit more different. You know, he has a little bit of a lighter, higher tone to him. I kind of prefer a lower tone to him, but that's fine. He's supposed to be this kind of eccentric type of character, so I understand. So it looks like, you know, the Ashley's picture that Leon had in his hand, it looks like Ashley was wearing something red, so maybe the character that we saw originally was not Ada, it was Ashley running away or something. I don't, yeah, maybe it was that. I don't fucking know. You know, and then, yeah, then we saw him fucking in the village, he's walking towards it, and it's during the day. So, it's fucking weird. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they extended the beginning of the game. Maybe, you know, it's at night, and we come across the first house, and we fight the first enemy, and then you do a little bit more, and then you go to the village. Maybe, I don't fucking know. Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is there, but that's interesting. But the dialogue that Leon had, you know, he wishes he could forget, you know, which is similar to the beginning of Resident Evil 4, the original one, right? But it looks like that's where catharsis comes in. He's got a lot of repressed emotion. He fucking hates what he went through. It's fucking terrifying. He's got fucking PTSD and shit, dude. Like, he had to fucking, on the first day of the job, he had to fucking witness people dying, fucking colleagues that were, or people that were supposed to be his colleagues, fucking die right in front of him, you know, and these are the events of Resident Evil 2, of course, and so he's fucked, dude, you know, like, it's not like he's coming out of this completely fine. He is coming into this mission now, you know, fucking, like, this time I hope it's different, which is similar to what, you know, Chris kind of said in Resident Evil 5, it's the same thing where he's like, it'll be different this time, you know. I don't know, it's very interesting if you think about it, like, when people are hurt, when people have gone through a lot of shit in their life, you know, whenever they have to deal with it again in a completely new way or whatever, in order to cope with it, they try to put it into their heads that, no, this time it's going to be different. This time it'll be the end. After this, everything will change, you know, everything will go back to normal or whatever. You know, it's a way to cope and deal with whatever you're dealing with because you've just been through so much hell where you feel like that's the only way to get through new hells, you know? And so I really hope this game has a little bit more of a psychological aspect to it, you know, or like a psychological analysis on what terror and what traumatic events can do to someone, you know. That would be amazing. That would be mind-blowing. It's Resident Evil at the end of the day, so I don't think they will go that route, you know. Resident Evil 2 didn't necessarily go that route. It was still kind of campy-ish, you know. But I don't know, maybe they're trying to fucking do something much more ambitious, you know, which fucking, yes, please. In a way, Resident Evil 4 completely raised up the bar, you know, going from Resident Evil 3 to something like Resident Evil 4 was a fucking game changer for everyone at the time. Are you kidding me? You know, basically going from those camera angles and those graphics to then Resident Evil 4 quality graphics, and the gameplay was so much, just so much bigger, so much more expansive. Like, they came out the door swinging, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe Resident Evil 4 Remake will do the same in a new way, you know, and it'll just be Resident Evil 4 again, but fucking 10 times bigger. And look, I'm all here for it if that's the case. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna make the story super fucking, you know, it's not gonna be a fucking character essay or whatever, you know, of Leon, but that would be amazing if they did that. But oh god, I'm looking forward to it. I will say that I'm looking forward to it, and I am cautiously optimistic, and I say that at the end of the day. Now, you know what? Fuck that. Scratch that. I'm not cautiously optimistic. I am optimistic for this game. I really am. Okay, they're giving me reasons to be excited for this game, so I'm excited for this game. It comes out in less than a year technically, but it still feels like a whole fucking year, which, you know, kind of is because it is next year. But I'm trying to think of other things that I might have missed from this game. The only thing I can think of really is that the castle is going to look much more terrifying this time. It's just going to be much darker. Oh god. It's going to look more, I don't know, brutal in a way. You know, if you think about it, the castle area in Resident Evil 4 is genius. It is absolutely terrifying. It's so creepy, dude. Like, already then, you know? I can't even imagine now. We got the big cheese as well in the game. The big cheese, Torres Mendez. Oh god, it's gonna be terrifying. He's gonna be fucking scary as shit. I can already feel it. It also looks like we're gonna have Leon continue to deal with the effects of Las Plagas in him because he was infected with it. So it looks like that is going to be part of the story, and it's going to be this fucking thing where Ashley and him are going to need to find the cure for themselves, you know. And so, you know, I'm interested to see how they're going to change it up. I just, at the end of the day, what I'm most excited about is, yeah, how they change up the story a little bit to make it better. How they change everything, because like I said, I know this game like the back of my hand. So are there going to be secrets in this game? Are you going to be able to find fucking treasures and fucking torches and shit like that, just like the first one? Are you going to be able to find hidden fucking, you know, herbs and ammo in certain places that people would never fucking think of? Are you going to fucking be able to do the glitch, the speedy glitch that everyone did that allowed you to get fucking Ada's shotgun and shit, you know? Like, oh my god, like, I really hope they keep all these fucking little secrets in there. Like, I really do, because that would be super cool and just a huge like service to the fans. I'm looking forward to see how they do the canyon, how they do the maze, you know, in the castle with the colmillos, the zombie dogs, basically. I'm interested to see how they do the bosses, how they do Salazar, you know, like, oh my god. That's what I'm excited about, just to see what they do different, you know. God, I'm so fucking excited. I really am, you know. I'm curious about the difficulty as well, because the original Resident Evil 4 was hard at first, and especially with the different versions of the game, ammo and stuff like that was different, you know, like in the GameCube version, you know, ammo was very plentiful, but health was very low, whereas in the Wii version, it was the opposite. It was low ammo, but a lot of health, so it's just really interesting. I don't know, like, I'm interested to see what they're gonna go with, what difficulty they're gonna do, you know, how survival horror will it be, you know. A lot of questions here, but like I said, I'm optimistic. I really am. So Resident Evil 4, I honestly can't wait to play it. I mean, I loved Resident Evil 2, so it can only get better from here. It's fucking Resident Evil 4. Oh, and last thing, the biggest question of all. Will Ashley Graham be as annoying as she was in the original? Will you be able to play as her? How the fuck will separate ways with Ada come into play? Will they fucking, how much will they cut from? Will they cut from the game? You know, fucking remaking this game from the ground up. Like, this game is like, I mean, you know, depending on how good you are at the game, it's a solid at least, you know, 7 to 12 hour game. Will this game be as long as that? If we look at Resident Evil 2, that game was easy to beat, but also Resident Evil 2 was originally, you know, very fast to beat as well. So will this game be a full-fledged 20-hour experience? Will it be that? Will it double it? You know, because there's just, the game design is built from the ground up to be to modern standards, you know? Like, fuck, man, there's so many questions. How will they do the commando section if this game is so focused on terror? And granted, that the commando section was still scary. It was just more military, and so it's you know, the fucking, but the Iron Maidens and shit like that, the Regenerators, that shit was still scary as fuck, you know, even with the Gatling fucking gunner, you know, type of zombies and shit, and the more choppery fucking, oh my god, fucking the guy in the chopper, will he have a bigger part in the story? Will we fucking actually meet him? I think his name was Chuck. I don't fucking know. He was so fucking cool though. Like, I was like, oh my god, this guy's helping me out. Like, oh god, I hope he gets a bigger role in this game. So many fucking questions. Will they make it even more terrifying? Will they make it more actiony? You know, who the fuck knows? I'm so excited. I'll continue to cover this game as more gameplay is released. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe if you guys enjoyed this discussion on video games, maybe you guys want me to talk more about video games. I don't fucking know. I'm very down to do it. I have somewhat knowledge of the medium. But anyways, there we have it, everyone. That was my analysis of the Resident Evil 4 announcement trailer. And I'm glad we did get a little bit of gameplay, just a little bit of what it would look like. Just a little bit, but not really. Let me know if you guys agree with me. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know in the comment section below what new things you found, what things I missed. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike it if you didn't. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. I don't know, keep being you. But please take care, stay safe, and until next time, I love you.
Leon!
Oh god, Leon he's my man crush, no lie. Where's everyone going? Bingo. Oh my god, and Hunnigan. Hunnigan. Will Leon be with Hunnigan? Will he get with Ada? Oh my god, who knows? Will this be a dating simulator? And also, please keep the fucking thing in the game where Ashley like hits on Leon at the very end. There's probably some things that they're gonna fucking take out, like the flirtation between Hunnigan and Leon. I'm sorry, but that's part of the game, number one. But number two, it's so harmless. Like, it's so harmless, and it's supposed to be campy and fucking cheesy in a way, you know. God, they took it out of the fucking VR version of the game that came out to Oculus Quest 2. Please don't do that, or at least do it in a new way. Maybe introduce some new dialogue that pays homage to the original dialogue of the game. Please, that'd be great. But anyways, that's my opinion. I don't know. Maybe you think differently. Let me know. God.